Fertilization. The first step in the process of reproduction in the fusion of a sperm and an ovum. When sperms come in contact with an egg, one of the sperms may fuse with the egg. Such fusion of the egg and sperm is called fertilization. Figure 9.5.
फिगर 9.5 निकलता हूँ मैं. 9.7 है. रुको रुको.
थोड़ा हटा ले तो इसका
9.5 Fertilization.
ये फिगर
Sperms, ovum.
स्पर्म्स
टाइट है
स्पर्म्स
मस्त टाइट.
During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg fuse to form a single
न्यूक्लियस
nucleus. This results in the formation of a fertilized egg or
ज़ाइगोट.
zygote. Figure 9.6. Did
9.6 ये रहा. ये ज़ाइगोट.
fussing
ये इधर न्यूक्लियस.
वो बीच में तो बड़े मगर फाड़ दो.
बताओ जी.
The process of fertilization is the meeting of an egg cell from the mother and a sperm cell from the father. So the new individual inherits some character of an egg from mother and a sperm cell from the father. So the new individual inherits some characteristics from the mother and some from the father. Look at your brother and sister. See if you can recognize some characters in them similar to those of your mother or your father. Fertilization, when takes place inside the female body, is called internal fertilization. Internal fertilization occurs in many animals including humans, cows, dogs and hens. Have you heard of test tube babies? Bhujan Paheli's teacher once told them in the class that the same woman oviducts are blocked. These women are unable to bear babies because sperms cannot reach the egg for fertilization. In such cases, doctors collect freshly released egg and sperms and keep them together for a few hours for IVF or in vitro fertilization. Fertilization outside in the body. In case fertilization occurs, the zygote is allowed to develop for about a week and then it is placed in the mother's uterus. Complete development takes place in the uterus and the baby born like any other baby. Babies born through this technique are called test tube babies. This term is actually misleading because babies cannot grow in test tubes. You will be surprised to know that in many animals fertilization takes place outside the body of female. In these animals fertilization takes place in water. Let us find out how this happens. Activity 9.1. Visit some ponds or slow flowing streams during spring or rainy season. Look out for clusters of frogs' eggs floating in water. Write down the color and size of eggs.
During spring or rainy season, frogs and toads move to ponds and slow flowing streams. When the male and female come together in the water,
The
female lays hundreds of eggs. Unlike hen's eggs, frog's egg is not covered by a shell, and it is comparatively very delicate. A layer of jelly holds the eggs together and provides protection to the eggs. Figure 9.7. Eggs of frog के अंडे. ये रहा फ्रॉग का अंडा, एक ये रहा काफी सारे फ्रॉग के अंडे.
As the eggs are laid, the male deposits sperms over them. Each sperm swims randomly in water with the help of its long tail. The sperms come in contact with the eggs. This results is fertilization. This type of fertilization, in which the fusion of a male and female gamete takes places outside the body of the female, is called external fertilization. It is very common in
aquatic
animals such as fish, starfish, etc. Why do fish and frogs lay eggs in hundreds, whereas a hen lays only one egg at a time? Though these animals lay hundreds of eggs and release millions of sperms, all the eggs did not fertilize and develop into new individuals. This is because the eggs and sperms get exposed to water movement, wind and rainfall. Also, there are other animals in the pond which may feed on eggs. Thus, production of large number of eggs and sperms is necessary to ensure fertilization of at least a few them. How could a single cell become such a big individual?
Development of embryo. Fertilization result in the formation zygote, which begins to develop into an embryo. Figure 9.8. The zygote divides repeatedly to give rise to a ball of cells. Figure 9.8. The cells then begin to form groups that develop into different tissues and organs of the body. This developing structure is termed an embryo. The embryo gets embedded in the wall of the uterus for their further development. Figure 9.8. C part. The embryo continues to develop in the uterus. It gradually develops body. Figure कौन सा था? 9.8. 9.8.
C, A and B.
इधर नहीं है.
B and C.
ये तो पढ़ी देंगे. Figure 9.8. Zygote formation and development of an embryo. From the zygote, ball of cells enlarged, embedding of the embryo in the uterus enlarged.
Parts such as hands, legs, heads, eyes, ears, etc. The stage of embryo in which all the body parts can be identified is called fetus.
Fetus.
9.9. When the development of the fetus
The mother
is complete, the mother gives birth to the baby.
Figure 9.9.
What is in the uterus? Internal fertilization takes place in hens also, but the hens give birth to babies like human beings and cows. You know that they do not. They how are chicks born? Let us find out. Soon after fertilization, the zygote divides repeatedly and travels down the oviduct. As it travels down, many protective layers are formed around it. The hard shell that you see in a hen's egg is one such protective layer. After hard shell is formed around the
hard shell,
the developing embryo, the hens finally lays the egg. The embryo takes about 3 weeks to develop into a chick. You must have seen the hens sitting on the eggs to provide sufficient warmth. Did you know the development of chick takes placed inside the egg shell during this period. After the chick is completely developed, it bursts open the eggshell. In animals which undergo external fertilization, development of the embryo takes place outside the female body. The embryos continue to grow within their egg coverings. After the embryos develop, the eggs hatch. You must have seen numerous tadpoles swimming in ponds and streams.
Viviparous and oviparous animals. We have learned that some animals give birth to young ones, while some animals lay eggs which later develop into young ones. The animals which give birth to young ones are called viviparous animals. Those animals which lay egg are called oviparous animals. The following activity will help you understand better and differentiate between viviparous and oviparous animals. Activity 9.8. Try to do observe the following organisms: frog, lizard, butterfly or moth, hen, and crow or any other bird. Were you able to observe eggs of all them? Make a drawing eggs that you have observed.
The eggs of a few animals are easy to observe because their mothers lay them outside their bodies. These are examples of oviparous animals, but you would not be able to collect the eggs of a dog, cow or cat. This is because they don't lay eggs. The mother gives birth to the young ones. These are examples of viviparous animals. Can you now give some more examples of viviparous or oviparous animals? Young ones to adults. The new individuals which are born or hatched from the eggs continue to grow till they become adults. In some animals, the young ones may look very different from the adults. Recall the life cycle of silkworm, egg, larva or caterpillar, pupa. Adult you studied in class 7. Frog is another such example. Figure 9.10. Observe the different stages of frog starting.
Figure 9.10. First कहाँ से start होगा?
Eggs, early tadpole, late tadpole, adult frog.
पहले ये egg से फिर early tadpole से late tadpole से adult frog मेंढक.
Observe the different stages of frog starting from the egg to adult stage. We find that there are 3 distinct stages, that is egg, tadpole, larva, adult. Don't the tadpoles look so different from the adults? Can you imagine that these tadpoles would someday become frogs? Similarly, the caterpillar or the pupa of a silkworm looks very different to the adult moth. Features that are present in the adult are not found in these young ones. Then what happens to the tadpoles or caterpillars thereafter? You must have seen a beautiful moth emerging out of cocoon. In the case of tadpoles, cocoon. In the case of tadpoles, they transform into adults capable of jumping and swimming. The transformation of the larva into an adult through drastic changes is called
metamorphosis.
What about the changes that we observe in our body as we grow? Do you think we too undergo metamorphosis in human beings' body parts similar to Those present in adults are present from the time to birth. 9.3 Sexual reproduction.
Asexual reproductions.
So far, we have learnt about reproduction in some similar animals, but what about very small animals like hydra and microscopic organisms like amoeba? Do you know how they reproduce? Let us find out. Activity 9.3 Get permanent slides of hydra. Observe them using hand lens or a microscope. Look out for any buggles from the parent body. Count the number of buggles that you see in different slides. Also note the size of buggles. Draw the diagram of hydra as you see it. Compare it with figure 9.11. In
9.11. ये figure 9.11.
Budding in hydra.
दिखाते हैं क्या?
In each hydra there are many one or more buggles. These buggles are the developing new individuals and they are called buds. Recall the presence of buds in yeast. In hydra too, the new individuals develop as outgrowths from a single parent. This type of reproduction in which only a single parent is involved is called asexual reproduction. Since new individuals develop from the buds in hydra, this type of asexual reproduction is called budding. Another method of asexual reproduction is observed in the microscopic organisms amoeba. Let us see how this happens. You have already learnt about the structure of amoeba. You will recall that amoeba is a single-celled organism. Figure 9.12. It begins the process of reproduction by the division of its nucleus into the two nuclei. Figure 9.12b into this is followed by division of its body into two, each part revealing a nucleus. Figure 9.12c. Finally, two amoeba are produced from one parent amoeba. Figure 9.12d. This type of asexual figure A,
figure B, dividing nucleus.
C, daughter amoeba. 9.2 Binary fission in amoeba. Reproduction in which an animal reproduces by dividing into two individuals is called binary fission. Apart from budding and binary fission, there are other methods by which a single parent reproduces young ones. You will study about this in your higher classes. Story of Dolly the clone.
ये कल पढ़ेंगे. अगर वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो लाइक कर देना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना.